There we go.
All right, we are live. Hello there, and welcome to the HasLab Ghost Final Countdown live stream. That's a mouthful over here at SWTVC. Breath, I can usually cut that out in the podcast, but we're doing it live, can't do that. I'm Evan, and I'm joined today by my teammates John and Tyler. As you're all no doubt aware, the Ghost HasLab is not only fully backed, but just earlier today, it smashed through the 17K backers necessary to unlock the third and final tier, Garazeb Zeb Aurelius, and it's still rising. So tonight we are gathered here to celebrate yet another feather in the success of TVC's cap, or feather of success, sorry. And we're going to take a look at some key points of the campaign, look back a little bit, provide one final push of information just in case anyone is still unsure about backing this thing or are, waiting for whatever reason till the last couple minutes. Good strategy. So, and we just wanted to be here on the ground, so to speak, to see this campaign through to the end. So during tonight's show, we'll be joined by other like-minded barking and clapping seals, as we were recently described by a colorful figure in the Star Wars collecting community. Our guests tonight, if they're still awake, are hopefully going to be John, Miko, and Augustine from the the Vintage Collection Facebook group, Chris Swansky from Bantha Skull, and maybe even Yakface himself. We'll find out. So make sure you stick around with us because we're not only going to be talking with each other, we're also going to be here to celebrate and chat with you, the TVC community. If you have questions for any of us or any of our esteemed guests, stay tuned. And before I forget, throughout the show, we will be giving away one last round of the Got the Ghost sticker to lucky commenters. Just in case you needed more reason to be here. So before we jump into the social hour, let's kick things off with a little look back at the journey that resulted in us being able to confidently say, got the ghost. John.
I'm doing a whole overview.
Yeah,
Can
man.
I say this? Oh, I'm taking it away. Oh, man. Well, it all started a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. This bad boy launched at some point earlier. I didn't prepare for this, but it was a great ride. It was a long ride. It was 47 days of clenching various muscles on our body, hoping for the best, not really praying, not really planning for the worst,
Yeah.
It was nice that when did we got Ezra over like a month ago, and then
feels like
it back
just
Tyler might know
yesterday.
how feels like just yesterday we got Kanan. Yes, because as Tyler was telling everybody to save and get ready and back on the first day, a lot of people did just that, and a lot of people did not. So, we had to go. We got a lot on the first day. I think it backed on the second day, right? Within about how many hours till it backed? I don't have this written down.
Was it a couple days?
I was like the fourth
longer
day.
than that. Yeah, day 4.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, I want to say
that's within less than 100 hours, I guess. That's something.
Yeah.
But and then we hit the doldrums for a while. Every campaign, you lose faith. It's the long dark night of the soul, long dark night of the HasLab, and then we look at other Geek Dad Life charts, which were great to reference throughout, and Rife's Junctionite and people like that doing different charts and things and predictions. Looking at the Dragonfly HasLab, especially, that was a good sort of bellwether for how this was going to go, where they always get a ton at the very, very end, and that's exactly what happened here. So, today we unlocked all 4 of the 4th and final exclusive Ghost Crew members. We got Zeb. I'm wearing purple, not to celebrate Grimace's birthday anymore, but to celebrate Zeb. Well done, everybody.
Yes.
Hey, real quick, before we continue, I just want to say I'm watching the watching count, and it's 109 people. It is 11 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. I'm shocked. I thought we were going to have an audience of like 5 people. Here, I'm always like, oh, we got to do it at prime time or nobody's going to tune in, Here we are, 112 people. You guys are awesome. But I guess it speaks to the fact that literally all of us were going to be up anyway watching.
Where else were you going to be?
Like, let's face it, we're all staying up till midnight watching this tonight. So we're all doing it together. I hope you guys are drinking. I'm drinking. So let us know in the chat what you're drinking because we're celebrating. But anyway, John, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, yeah. What's up to everybody in the chat? Yeah, as Utah Don mentioned, the Barge got 15% of his total on the last day. The Crest made 29% on his last day. We could still make a lot more in this next hour. we'll be telling you to get the ghost, hashtag get the ghost for less than an hour. Then we'll never have to say those words ever again or type them ever again.
Can you feel it? A sudden decrease in memes and posts about got the ghost in your social media feed. What is this?
Right before we dive back into March Madness 6-month check-ins and stuff, because I need my
man.
back to bath like something else.
Yeah, glutton for punishment over here.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
but super glad. I'll just say that super glad they got all the figures that were going to be included are included, and this also means we unlock Sabine and Chopper as a separate purchase, separate release on Hasbro Pulse to match their later season looks. Maybe season 3, maybe season 4 for Sabine. We're not sure, but the matching mural cards. So as Emily pointed out in the in her Instagram stories today, they're still working on those. So stay tuned for more information. They're not going to have it right this second.
Ooh.
But
I'm sorry, I saw Buffalo
And then,
Trace.
yes.
It's my favorite.
unlike 88.
Somebody's got exceptional taste.
where is it? Oh my God.
Yes. Anthony Pagano up there.
Cheers to
TVC
my
3 for 3.
fellow bourbon drinkers. This is called a Gold Rush. It's Wild Turkey 101, lemon and honey. Delicious.
In keeping up with the Always Sunny memes you were pumping out, Evan, I got the canned situation going on here. It's not quite wine, but it's a mango margarita cut water.
That's okay. I got a jug of Riot juice ready to go. So, all right. Well, hey, sounds like things are already going off the rails appropriately, and it looks like we have some folks waiting in the green room, so to speak. So you know what? I was thinking, let's just kind of tier these folks in. Let's just bring everybody in, and let's just jump into brass tacks. Okay.
Let's unlock the first tier right here, right now.
Yes, tier 1
do it.
and 2 are going to be joining in right now. All right, John Miko and Augustine from Star Wars: The Vintage Collection Facebook group, and one more way to
Hey, guys.
Welcome.
Yak Face himself, Jason.
Why not?
Oh man!
So many tiers. We're unlocking everybody right now.
Woo!
How you guys doing?
Welcome.
Feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So glad you could make it, all
Yeah,
of
it's
you.
great.
Yeah, happy
Good
to
to
be
see
here.
everyone
This
again.
is so cool. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's John, I know you're West Coast, so it's earliest for you. It's 9 o'clock for me here, so I feel bad for you East Coasters and folks from other parts of the world who, why are you not asleep if you're here? But welcome. So anyway, you know, I kind of wrote down a couple abstract thoughts here. I do want to start, John and Augustine, you know, you guys were at SDCC and you live streamed the panel for us all to see. We know you got a nice little appearance and shout out in the hype video that Hasbro released for the Project Miko. So what was that like being there? And then how does it feel to be here at the very end to watch the final count roll in on a successful campaign?
Yeah. Thanks for having us. And well, you know, first and foremost, I went to San Diego Comic-Con with 2 professionals of the con circuit. So I went with Augustine and his good buddy Ariel, and they showed me the ropes. And you know, they are a class act. I mean, everything from Ariel missing the panel, so he was there front and center,
Front row.
front row to get pictures of them putting the ghost down and taking pictures of all of the what do you call them, the cabinets, the cases, and getting those pictures up, and again foregoing the panel, which is just amazing in itself. And these guys again are professionals, so thanks again, Augustine.
Thank
Great
you.
times.
Heck yeah. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Thanks for joining us. To be brave enough to join us. And thank you guys for having us tonight.
Oh, thank you.
coming.
It's been a huge community push, you know, between all of you guys with your huge platforms and then us just kind of chugging along as well to try to help out. It's been a huge community effort, and it's fun to see everybody come together. Well, mostly everybody come together and work on this stuff. And then, you know, speaking of the community and the effort, we actually have one more person to add here to the stream who is also important to this whole thing. We've got Chris Swansky from Bantha Skull.
Hey, the tuna.
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 I just want to say 11 p.m. live streams are elder abuse. I'm going to be filing a complaint with someone.
I'll send you the
man.
link for SWTVC HR. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I emailed them before. I just got a finger back last time.
Sounds about right.
Sorry, I'm not in my usual.
That's the
gig.
auto response. They're out of office.
Yeah.
So
You're good. Speaking
There
of
was
the
all the
finger,
stuff behind you.
What's that?
there we go. Jason.
he did. 100%, man.
Absolutely.
It was hysterical. I loved it.
Were you keeping track of those as they went along? Those
Yeah,
comments, or just
I've got screenshots on my phone for all those. Transcribe
Yes.
those accurately.
Oh
Amazing.
my gosh, that was so funny. Man.
Everyone's
man.
on notice. Jason keeps receipts.
Yeah.
To a fault, maybe. No,
All
it was,
right.
It was
Well,
a great campaign and great day. You know, I think all of us kind of expected it was going to end up this way, just because of the scale, obviously, and I think it's been a long wanted vehicle. So it was just great to finally see it realized, and the tiers were great. I thought the whole campaign just was pretty smooth from the start. It didn't really, I don't think it didn't worry me that it wasn't going to make all of the tiers. It just seemed to run smooth, and there were no real major complaints from a majority of the community, I would say.
Well, it polled in the Star Wars The Vintage Collections Facebook group for like the most wanted. John, you can speak to this, I'm sure, but I think it was summer of 2022.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You put out a poll. I can't remember exactly what it was, but somewhere around there. You put out a poll of like a list of HasLabs that you had constantly seen talked about in the community, and the Ghost came out on top with like,
Yep.
wasn't it like 40% of the vote or something like that?
Yeah, I think I have
Like
a
43%,
chart out there
something
somewhere,
like that.
but I think out of the 13 or 1400,
The Ghost
votes at the
performed
time.
the best,
Yeah,
and then the one just under that was the Death Star.
correct.
So, and I think Tim, Boss Bounty also conducted a similar poll, and it had actually the same results. The Ghost also polled highest on his poll as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
So,
Steve had his post as well on Instagram. That I think that was pretty much a favorite comment as well, or most popular. And I know, just speaking to Jason, he's been talking about the Ghost as a HasLab for a long time. So
Yeah, that was after the sail barge. That was kind of my most wanted vehicle, was next in line.
yours too, right, John
Definitely.
Lindquist? That was your,
Oh, yeah,
that was your big
absolutely.
want, right?
I've been waiting for this, yeah, because they had the Rebels line. I'm one of the only people on the planet that apparently like the Rebels line. But they did everything. They did everything but the Ghost. The only Ghost they did was like the Jedi Force or the Galactic Heroes, the Play School line, whatever it was called back then.
Yeah.
They had one in that, and I came close to getting it, but I'm glad I held strong for all these
I
years.
think I got it from free. I got it for free from
Yeah, really.
Hasbro way back when.
How does it hold up?
I have it in storage, but I mean it's like a foot square. It's
Yeah,
Okay.
small, but it's what
yeah,
made do with,
yeah.
until this new one.
Yeah, I've got the Phantom 1 is going to be the stand-in for now. And it's a little bit of a size difference there of what's going to
Right.
be taking up space when it shows up. But
I should have gotten the Phantom one before the rush. I'm sure it's crazy on eBay now. Oh, God.
We're 15 minutes in. Let's take a quick look at the backer count here. I got to refresh that. Woohoo!
Hit 21 yet?
49.
Just
No, very
about.
close.
Oh, we're close. We're getting
Almost there.
close.
Still jumping. It's jumping.
We got an hour and 45 minutes to go.
Chris, what was your number?
20 to 25,000. It was 20,000, but then they got lippy on the Q&A and decided to up it to 25. But by the way, I'm sorry I'm not in my usual setup here. I'm not in my house. If I get any loop back, let me know, because I don't have obviously a microphone or headphones or anything like that. I don't want to be like Volker on your Q&A where perpetual echoes.
That was fun.
That was the most I've laughed at a Q&A in a long time.
Getting to hear him in stereo from his phone and his computer, that was a real treat for everybody.
And looking up one nostril and the side of his face at the same time at one point. Oh, I'm going to get hate all over this one.
It's all good. There was one that I was on, and my camera sounded like or my microphone and camera looked like I was underwater. I had no idea till later. People are watching. It's like, what happened there?
I was on one with Tuna, and afterwards I said, "How come you didn't have your camera on?" And he goes, "My camera wasn't on."
You couldn't have texted me, John. Facebook, anything. I talk to you 600 times a day, and the one time I need to communicate with me, you're all in Q&A focus, trying to memorize your questions.
Oh man. Well, I do kind of have a few questions in here that I just kind of wanted to pop around. I know John and Augustine, I'd already asked you one. Chris, I do have a question for you. Since you've been a major proponent of this thing, and while acknowledging that it's not something you personally even really wanted, and you mentioned that in your article today, which I loved, by the way. So we know you care deeply for TVC and its success. So are you pleased with this campaign, and do you think there's any good lessons here that Hasbro can take away from it for the future?
Oh, of course I'm pleased with this. I'm happy whenever the vintage collection does well and shows well, and again, it just shows the passion that is there for the 3 3/4, the passion that's there for the scale, and the passion of the collectors of that scale. We get behind things. We might not have the numbers, but we get behind things. As far as a takeaway, to me, the takeaway is just invest in this scale. If they invest in this scale like they do in the 6-inch scale, I mean, how many outs did that scale get? I'm not trying to dog TBS, but I can remember, when the Slave Leia, Han Solo, Greedo wave was peg warming all over the place, and we see pictures of ollies with almost pallets of Admiral Holdo and stuff like that. It gets all these outs. If they gave those same breaks to TVC, I think we would be on getting closer to balancing the scales, as you guys like to say.
Sorry, I'm looking at so many things right now. Someone else take over for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like how many times do we need to successfully show up for these things before they finally say, "Yeah, we'll give you guys the the number"? Because I know we get vehicles and play sets that TBS doesn't, but
and that eats into the budget, technically.
Yeah,
speaking,
and they get so many newly tooled figures all the time. So many newly tooled figures, they have to have arguments at the panel about whether they're from the top down or from the ground up, as you guys have mentioned before. But yeah, so clearly it's just nice to see the success here, even if it's not what everybody wanted, but it's what I wanted. All right, so.
I was going to say, sorry.
But I did want to ask, because I know we've talked about Miko and Chris, especially. We've talked about like the figure dream packs and stuff, and so this HasLab kind of contained a mini dream pack in the fact that it came with 4 newly tooled figures. What do you guys think about that as an idea, and doing that as a bundle with a larger item? Is that something you think we'd see more of going forward? Or
real quick, I just want to add to that question and say, I've seen some comments about people saying, I wish they didn't lock these figures behind a $500 paywall. What are your thoughts?
We literally just got that comment on the chat just now.
Yeah, in addition to John's question, obviously. But thoughts?
Well, as far as locking the figures behind a HasLab, I think it's evil. I don't think it should ever be done. I think either an inconsequential accessory or the card back should be what's exclusive to the HasLab, but it's not fair to to a lot of fans. To especially some fans still don't have access to HasLab. Global fans still don't have access, despite how much Pulse has grown. So I don't think it's right that they are locked behind HasLab myself. As far as John's question, it's funny. I'm just writing about this for tomorrow's. I just wrote about it for tomorrow morning's article. I almost think this could kind of be the concept. Here's the thing, and what are the essential figures for that thing, and just put them all together. But maybe instead of, and here's a question for everybody else too. Maybe instead of doing it as tier unlocks, maybe we just raise the price, and everything that in the fans' minds that are essential for one of these items is in the base offering, and the stretch goals become something else. I think that might be, obviously this one was a huge success, but I think that might be a better approach going forward, maybe.
Well, so if they re-release a slight variation of these figures in their season 1 and 2 appearances, give Ezra his long hair, head,
But
and
somebody hasn't read my post. Somebody has not read my post, Tyler.
well, it's not
a
quite
slight
the same.
variant.
I
It's an
know.
entirely different thing.
I think
all right.
I think the point is that it's, presumably we've kind of put up or shut up for investing in a bunch of new tooling.
Yes.
That maybe can then be used to create other things, including different versions of these characters. Is that kind of what a thought might be? I know I just had that thought, so it's a thought someone had once. So,
well, I mean, they have thigh swivel, so clearly,
okay. Zeb's not very different, for example, right? Zeb
they're going to be
very similar.
He's there's differences. Consult the post.
I said
you gotta
similar.
flip his shin armor upside down. You gotta give him. You might have to give him a new chest if you can live with some of the shape differences. But Ezra is probably the most different. But like Kanan can reuse the pants and some parts of the arm and stuff like that. I don't know, because it's kind of on the same topic. It's like when they do tier unlocks that are just completely non-essential, like the Rancor tiers, cardboard, bones, figures we already have on new packaging. Everybody's like, this sucks. We don't want that. But then they go the other way with these figures, which are stuff some people have wanted for a long time, that are only available in this set, at least in this version. So it's like, how essential do you make these tier unlocks? I don't know.
The one thing I spitballed, and I'm spoiling tomorrow's article again, is say the Ghost came with the crew loose, right? That's your base offering, and it costs $100 more. Then as you hit the tiers, you get an additional carded sample of that figure. So you got Hera with the base, you got the crew, you get Hera carded, you get Ezra carded. So you get two, you get the loose one and carded one with your HasLab. And then to me, where that's nice with people that don't care about the cards, they can go sell those and get some of their money back. And it might entice even more backers at that point. Just as an idea. So something better than rocks in a cardboard background.
Yeah.
I mean, these tiers are definitely better than that. Yeah, I don't know. And I know people brought that up on the Q&A, and they said, maybe down the line we'll do a set carded and a set loose, or one of each, something like that. But
or could
I think it would have been nice so that. Sorry, what?
I was going to say, or could it be a hybrid of sort where the bubbles aren't attached to as normal to the card backs, where you could slide them off, where there's enough of a flange that hooks around the, almost like a clamshell, but the clamshell takes, goes up, covers the entire front, but the clamshell is in the shape of a bubble.
Like the Gentle Giant 12-inch.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you can still open them.
Mattel is doing that for the Motu figures, the Mattel Creation one.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, that's another. Okay. Yeah.
Do it.
Oh.
Way to ruin the presentation.
Better be careful with that, man. Jeez. Don't drop it. Oh, it's just a card. Okay. I see.
But I do like the idea also, for a consistency issue, having carded versions as well. And, like Chris said, the base offering includes loose versions, and then tiers are either the carded ones or the top tier is all of them carded, because it's just, a packaging edition at that point. You've paid for the sculpts with the base offering, and it's, you could, something that was missing obviously from this HasLab was a base to display the Ghost on. That was, I think that was the most requested or the most missed opportunity, I think, is having a base.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Well, so I wanted to talk about that actually. So it's not unprecedented for Hasbro to add a sort of extra tier at the, so like, I'm trying to remember exactly which campaign. It was either like Galactus or the Sentinel or something, where they exceeded the final tier by so many backers that they threw in like extra stuff just as a thank you to the fans, right?
Right.
I think it was like a tentacle and I don't know, something like that. You guys might be able to recall. Let us know down in the comments. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. But my point is, if we exceed, 17,000 by 5,000 backers, and we hit 22,000, which I think is attainable tonight. You're exceeding the final tier by 5,000 backers. I think you owe the fans a little something extra. That's just my opinion, though.
I always go back. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, John.
Because I'm pretty sure the Marvel one was unlocked so early that they had time to say, here's another cool thing. It wasn't, 20 minutes before the campaign ended.
That's true. But
which goes back to us always saying, if you're going to back early so that we can unlock these extra tiers.
Absolutely. And that is why when people say it doesn't matter when you back, yes, it does. Yes, it does. First of all. And secondly, I think that with both the Razor Crest and the Ghost, we have exceeded the minimum backer number by substantial numbers. So I think that Hasbro needs to have a spare, tier ready to go for situations like this, okay? And stop underestimating us, because clearly, we pony up the money. So they got to be ready for these last day surges. And I'll be the first one to admit, last week I was feeling a little nervous because, the third episode in a row of Ahsoka happened and there was no Ghost. And I was like, I don't know if there's going to be a surge anymore because the freaking thing isn't even in the show. So
Tyler, the word isn't nervous. It was pissed. You texted me.
That is true. I was pretty pissed. Yes,
you had quite the strongly worded post in the Facebook group about this. Let me say real quick, as far as I know, the Marvel Sentinel, it added a 16,000 tier backer about it was alternate head with 3 faces. The first tiers are supposed to be 3 tiers, 7,000, 8,000, and 9,000, and then they added the 16,000 tier, and it eventually got 21,873 backers. So I think that's what it was. Just hit 21K, nice.
Hit 21K. We got an hour and a half to go.
No, 30 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry, 30 minutes. Yes, sorry. 30 minutes.
Exactly.
My bad.
30 minutes.
The Dragonfly blew past the final tier by 6,000, and they didn't add anything. So I don't think there's much hope that we're going to get anything. And it's just because if they're going to add it, they need time to market it to get more sales. How are they going to get more sales if they announce something with 40 minutes to go, an hour to go in the campaign when we get to this? People needed it back earlier. If we wanted that secret unlock that we think might have been there, it had to get to 17,000 a week ago for that to happen.
And especially because we only unlocked the second tier yesterday and the final one today. And in the SDCC questions that you guys had and we had, they straight up said we're not going to put Sabine and Chopper in this as unlocks, because people said, what if it gets more than 17? What if it gets 1 million billion backers? And they said, that'd be great, but it's not going to be Sabine and Chopper. Might have something else. If we get to 17, let's just get to 17. And we didn't get there till today. So, too bad, so sad. But
I just still think it's odd the whole crew wasn't part of the HasLab campaign. So for whatever reason, they didn't include them. I don't know why. Obviously, from Emily's post today, it does seem like there's going to be some form of tooling for these, and I don't know, is it specific to season 4 that they weren't?
Well,
I don't know. So it's just interesting to me, that whole idea, and I don't know if any of you can talk through the rationale behind that. I don't know if Chris or Jason or any of you guys thoughts on that. I just don't get why it didn't have the whole crew.
Well, for Sabine and Choppers, because they're going to be part of mainline, technically 2023, even though Chopper's probably going to come out in 2024. That was 2023, so they didn't need to. That's why.
I guess I'm just always going back to if there's specific tooling for season 4.
So
then
since I spent most of the campaign putting that information in my brain, now I can never get it back out again. Sabine has a different chest armor in the seasons 1 through 4 than she does in the epilogue in the Ahsoka series, and on the silhouette she has action gear where she wears gauntlets and bandoliers on her legs, which sometimes she wears that, sometimes she doesn't. The Ahsoka series figure has the gauntlets, but not the leg bandoliers. But the silhouette of the Sabine and Chopper she has the leg bandoliers there. And then Emily mentioned today, it'll be a swappable helmet instead of removable, so it'll be new tooling in that regard. So I'm hoping, and people say, well, are they really going to invest the tooling? I really hope they do, because then it can lead to 3 or 4 other $27 Sabine repaints that I will gladly pony up for.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Looking at
would have
the
been nice,
number,
but good.
I was just gonna say, I don't think we're gonna hit 22K, but we definitely got past 21K. So
We will.
Are they still going to add some more manual backers at the end?
Did they already factor? Because they just opened up orders again on, was it Zing?
Yeah. I don't know
Was that
why
for
they
Australia,
closed
right?
that early. That was such a fumble on their part. But whatever.
I'm looking because just for reference, the Sail Barge got 8,810 backers total, and the Razor Crest got 28,111. So still quite well. And this is obviously $150 more than the Razor Crest, and has only been seen in live action for about a day, other than the Rogue One and Rise of Skywalker cameos. But I will say, I know you started talking about the Ahsoka episode, but brief spoilers. But my God, when the ghost finally showed up in that episode, I jumped up off my couch and I cheered. I said, "Thank God, here we go! Finally, just in the nick of time." Thank you, Hera.
Yeah,
Save the day yet again.
I was doing.
Not that it maybe made a huge difference, but still, it's nice to see.
You guys familiar with?
Yeah, we'll never know. But
Space Ghost and Zorak. Yeah, I was doing
Space Ghost.
It's fun. That's how I was watching the episode last night. What a fun way to watch a show. Hunched over, dying.
We still get to deal with the so hilarious jokes of it's going to blow up right after the campaign.
Yeah.
Having to point out it's in a movie that takes place 25 years later. And then they say it's just a joke. Don't take it so seriously. Then I said, all right, shut up anyway.
So, John, it sounds like you're really excited to not have to explain yourself anymore for anything.
We were going to ask, so Jason talked about some of the great comments he had. He shared some of those today. Which comments are you guys excited not to have to answer anymore?
Jason, you're going to have a book of poetry basically to publish there with all those.
I'll be looking forward to the not having to answer. Do they charge now or when it ships?
Yeah.
Comments and what's another good one? Well, the shipping issue. Do you have to pay for shipping? Well, it depends on where you live, and it depends on if you got the membership. And I know it's.
Oh, the eternal question is it 6-inch?
Yeah.
Thank you, Adam. That was hilarious.
Hey, Adam, do you want a Got the Ghost sticker? If you do, reach out to me after the show. You can have one.
Love it. Yeah, and see Daniel Excuse me, Georgie, Gorgie. I don't know how to. You're gorgeous, no matter what. For all that, I saw your name in the comments over and over again, explaining to people, answering these questions. So as soon as we were going to go answer the questions, you'd already done it. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, and those are just the public ones that you see. It doesn't. I've got hundreds of DMs and stuff on people asking those type of questions, and I try to answer them all. Yeah. And then when I start to get a bunch, I make a public post about X number. I try to run through some questions. I think I did that like right at the first couple days of the campaign, and pinned it on my Instagram page.
That was very helpful.
Yeah, we also got a lot of offensive comments, like accusing us of trying to push people to do something that they didn't want to do, or even accusing us, me at least, of working for Hasbro or being paid by Hasbro to promote the
getting
Ghost.
stuff for free.
Yeah. The funny thing is that the only thing that I'm getting for free is a Black Series figure. It's a series.
We're getting a selfie series from San Diego Comic-Con, and we got some brunch. We got some brunch on them.
We don't even have that.
We did have to fly there and attend it and all that stuff and pay for hotels.
And do a month and a half of approving posts and talking to people just for a free brunch.
Yeah.
Totally worth it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Listen, obviously, none of us look tired and existentially beat down at all tonight. We're all doing fine.
Yeah, we have people too who think, I can't wait for this to be over so people don't talk about the Ghost anymore. What? We're going to talk about it for a whole nother year.
How wrong you are.
Sorry.
Shipping.
If I can post 2 elbow articles in 2 consecutive days, if I can post 2 elbow articles in 2 consecutive days, I can talk about the Ghost for another month.
Hashtag elbows for 88. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know if you've seen the sort of the grassroots campaign to nominate 88 with elbows as the number 8 pick on people's top 25 submissions next March. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I did see that.
Oh boy,
that's great.
That will be my number 8. 88 with elbows.
And people are serious too. Like, I've seen people comment about it. Yeah.
We have most of the tooling. Why not?
I had 88 comment on our YouTube Q&A. It was hilarious. Like 88 actually has an account and he commented. Pissed off.
It's hard for me to type without elbows.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next big comment next year.
Anyone selling for a reasonable price?
Right.
It's from my son.
Yeah, my son.
And then Chaz keeps saying a year from now at some Hasbro panel, they're going to be like, any plans to re-release the Ghost? No. You got 21 minutes. 20 minutes, actually.
That reminds
20
me.
minutes.
I need to back my 5th Ghost. I should probably do that sometime in the next 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And we've seen a lot of posts for that, for barges on the Facebook group. Just people asking for, please no eBay prices or scalping prices.
Yeah, okay.
What?
That's
Please
aftermarket prices, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's only going to go up. So, as a reminder to everyone, this is the cheapest the Ghost will ever be. So, it's not going to get cheaper.
If any of you has a 1956 Mickey Mantle for sale, I'd like to buy one for MSRP, original MSRP. I think that's fair.
I don't know what you just said, but I love it because you're special to me. So.
I was going to see one thing, Evan, you kind of mentioned it at one point, and looking at some of the stuff, because the Sky Striker was an example of some people in the chat talking about Joe. It did not clear the final tier. It did 2 final tiers, right? It didn't get the Ripcord at 16,000 or the 2 Pit Crew at 18,000. But they threw in a couple of other Cobra Command related things, including some decals. And frankly, because some of us, myself included, I had to buy 2 Ghosts because I wanted a set of figures carded and a set of figures loose. It would be nice to have some decals to turn it into a Rebels version because it has like the Ghost logo on the nose of the ship that it doesn't have in the live action. Maybe a nice PDF of that printed out at some point would be a nice little thank you. I don't know. Somebody can do it. Some customers will do that, I'm sure. For those of us that are stuck with 2 of them. But you'll see my post in the Facebook group in about a year trying to offload that thing. But
no figures. Serious
no
offers
figures,
only.
but-
No figures.
21,184 right now.
I sold a Razor Crest with no figures. We had people asking that too. You know, I just want the figures. How easy will it be to sell the ship? You know, and it's it's a good question with this one. I would think there's going to be quite a few people doing that. So John, do it as soon as you get it.
You're right. I still haven't opened my Razor Crest, as you guys always give me crap for on the show. But between moving and storage things and cleaning stuff up, I still got to deal with it. But I did the same thing with that, so I got an extra one at some point.
This coming February or March is going to be 4 years since they shipped, right?
No, not even close. It's been a year and a half.
Yeah.
When did they ship out? I'm trying to remember.
February
Year and a half
last
ago.
year,
March or February. Yeah.
Of 22?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I stand corrected. Very well.
It feels like a lifetime. The last
feels like a
46
lifetime.
days and 23 hours have definitely put some road miles on a couple of our brains. So you're
The
good.
campaign itself was almost 3 years ago. Speaking of which, because Tyler, you're always saying we need another HasLab tomorrow. But when do you guys want to see another one? Not for a while. I can take I need a back to bath for a little bit first. Yeah.
I suggested on Facebook that they should do one per year, and I got slaughtered in the comments. I got ratioed. People were like, no, that's too much money. I'm like, well, excuse me, I don't want to wait, 3 years between campaigns here. Sorry, I was like, fine, 2 years, fine.
You take a lot of shrapnel.
You should have called me in on that one, Tyler, because I want 2 a year.
Oh.
Three a year. Let's go! Come on.
I'll do a figure dream pack twice a year. Jeez.
Daniel Falconer, congratulations. You get a sticker.
Easier on my marriage.
Once a month?
Figure dream pack? Yeah, I do that once a month.
Sure.
I'd be fine with 2 a year if they were spaced properly and not on top of a bunch of other things, processing and shipping all at one time. I don't mind the, pseudo Jabba or Boba Fett throne room type of release where, Pulse exclusive, not technically a HasLab, but was technically a HasLab kind of a thing. But yeah, to have them, stacked up on top of one another is a little bit much.
Yeah.
What do you think the reason is for that, Jason? So many things are processing in the next month and a half, it seems. And why is it the U.S.? But why? I guess, the UK has gotten stuff before us, a few months before us, or a couple months before us. It just seems like everything is taking longer to get to the US, and it's all coming like all at once. Is it the way they're shipped from Hong Kong? Is it, or wherever they're manufactured? Is it, they're saving money on shipping and you would think all this stuff was manufactured at the same time. So I guess I don't understand why we waited so long for a bunch of couple of case assortments, and then a bunch of figures and the throne room.
Well, based on some of the stuff I've looked at, when you figure how much the U.S. imports compared to other countries, I think if the data is correct, the U.S. imports more goods from overseas than the next 20 countries combined.
Jeez.
So,
Whoa, we are a consumer nation.
right. So if you have to go through
Wow.
shipping the
What a
toys
freedom.
and everything else we bring into the US versus some of these other countries that have HasLab, which import considerably less because they're either smaller than us by a substantial portion or whatever other factor. I think logistically they could just get through all that stuff well before we get through all of our freight and stuff.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Because Lewis is currently in Dreamland, our UK correspondent, but he's had I think he's using the throne room box as a bed. But yeah, I know Sabine is about to process for him, and the N1's process. I know it's processing from some places over here,
Yeah.
but yeah, it does feel like every 2 or 3 months there's like, and not just Star Wars. If you get some other lines like Indiana Jones or Black Series, sorry, but it's everything all at once. Like you get 20 emails from Hasbro Pulse saying, "Hey, we're about to charge you for this. Hey, we're about to charge you for this."
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, can't we just? Not that I need to order everything, all at once, or some of the pre-order sell out, but some don't. A lot of the stuff's going to be available for a few months after it releases, but yeah, I don't know.
Evan, could you highlight Arthur's comment from a couple minutes ago?
Yeah, sorry, I just had to go get my wallet so I could get the Ghost
Buy
again.
another one.
Hurry up.
Okay, who am I looking for?
Arthur, what's his name? Arthur something or other.
Henderson?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Oh
See,
yeah,
That's the thing
Terrible.
right there is you've got to time these big ticket items better because you're forcing people to choose between one or the other instead of ensuring that your customers can buy both.
Right.
And that's a loss of profit for them ultimately.
Yeah.
And who knows how many ghosts that cost us in the campaign? Who knows? We'll never know. But it's a
Try to-
sizable number, I'm sure.
I try to tell
Oh,
people to
my
put the N1 on
conspiracy.
their wish list. Yeah,
As we say,
Sorry,
putting
what?
on my conspiracy theory hat is like I think they pushed the release date of that throne room so it started processing after, because it was originally, wasn't it the 1st of September before?
yeah.
Yep.
Now it's the
It was.
15th.
I mean,
That's the 15th, yeah.
Yeah, I
That's-
think the
like I said.
original was June or July, if I remember correctly. The first estimate was June or July. That's probably what happened once it slid up to the Ghost because of logistical delays. I agree with Jason. They probably said, okay, push it back beyond the Ghost.
Yep.
Mark.
Now, Caleb
Yeah.
Amos, who sometimes writes articles for JTA, was suggesting that
Hold that thought real quick, Tyler. McBeard, you get a sticker. Reach out to me after the show. Okay, continue.
I was just going to say he was advocating for them to sort of run these campaigns during tax return season. What do we think about that?
no, because I have to pay in.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people owe money.
Right.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Not everybody gets a return. Yeah. I don't know. It's tricky then, right? Because
Well, the other thing,
Yeah.
I mean,
if you look at it, it looks like it's turn-based, right? We just finished the Dragonfly, then it was Star Wars, now Marvel's coming up. So
Yep.
even if you try to do it for tax season, you can only have one of the brands going at the time.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am glad because they've done a few where they've run like 3 campaigns at once, and that's just too much. Because I know some people might want more than one of these things.
Yeah. People
Mm.
collecting
But I'm
different
definitely-
franchises.
I'm definitely glad that Marvel is waiting till the very end. So if Friday morning or whenever that is, they're going to unlock their 3rd giant action figure. Good for them, and God bless them, and may the Force be with you. Whatever the Marvel version of that is.
I can do this all day. I don't know.
I can do this all day. Yeah.
Excelsior.
That might be.
Wait, Evan, have you backed it yet? We only got a few minutes left.
I did. I just backed it. I hope all you were watching close as I mouthed my credit
Congrats.
card number into the camera. Ghosts on me, everybody. Ooh.
So we got 21,311 with 10 minutes left. Can we hit 2,500?
Nah.
Or 21,500 rather? I
25?
don't think so.
Yeah.
21,500 is what I meant.
Maybe.
Sorry.
I will
I'm going
say,
with 22.
Let's see.
22.
Johnny Mustache, you had a good comment to people about what you should prioritize,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
I mentioned
Yes.
that in the. And I started to say that again, and then I realized the throne room was sold out again. I was like, maybe I'll cut back on that. But
Is it
well,
sold
some of
out
the
again?
stuff, it's sold out for right now, but they keep, it keeps coming back. And once it actually starts shipping, I have a hunch that there'll be more of them, but I have no idea.
Well,
But the
I'll give you
N1,
another
it's
example.
the N1 is
go
going to,
ahead.
like I said on this past weekend, the N1 is going to be available. Ask Sandy Claus for this. Ask, your auntie and uncle for this or whatever. But it's going to be available. It's going to be on shelf. It's going to be in Entertainment Earth and Hasbro Pulse throughout the rest of the year. Like once it actually hits, it should be available. Like this is a timed once in a lifetime thing. No matter how cool it is in Dave Filoni's movie 5 years from now, or the next 12 seasons of Ahsoka, or the Book of Snaggletooth season 7 or whatever. But
The sheet of Sasha. Sheet of
the sheet of Shasatiel.
That's hard to say, man. I'll never say that right.
But yeah, and again, if you don't want it, great, more power to you. But if you want it and you want all the other stuff, this is kind of the thing to focus on, and everything else can wait a little
100%.
bit.
I got an email from Big Bad Toy Store that they were going to charge me for 4 Remnant speeder bikes.
Oh,
That was going to be like
Target just
$145 or something. I was like, nope, cancel.
Wait,
I'm going to have to buy those later.
yeah.
I was like,
Who's
fat
charging for
no.
Big Bad Toy
Big
Store.
Bad.
Sorry, who was that? Okay.
And Target just shipped mine
Right.
today because I was like, yeah, those popped in. I should order those. Oh, wait. Yeah, I have other things to
I literally was like, I should go buy them right now on Target, actually. But
I also got a
they're-
notice about the Cad Bane and Nomad Boba and Nine Nunn Wave shipping notice soon. So, ooh, yeah. Yep. Yep.
I think, it's easy not to look at the amount that this stuff costs when it all adds up. When I see, 20 different clones and Tuscans and Boba Fett repaints on my desk. But, when it's one big $500 chunk, you go, oh boy. Let it fast.
You sound, the Alliance, you sound like me, trying to finish my essay at 11:57 before the deadline for college. Just finishing my 15-page thesis paper, furiously typing. Finish the conclusion paragraph. Hit submit. Oh no, my internet.
So is
gosh.
Chopper going to have elbows,
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
Chris? Is Chopper going to have elbows?
He better.
James Hall, if you would like got the ghost sticker, reach out to me after the show.
If Disney
That is
Parks
it.
can do it,
That is
Hasbro,
the
I
Droid
believe in you.
Factory one. Yeah.
It's a great figure. It's not quite, it's
Yeah,
animated style, but it's still really good. And he has, all the articulation on his little arms that you need. Hasbro, it can be done.
It just made another big jump. It's at 21,390.
Ooh. We got
Oof.
about 5 minutes.
Nice.
Are you sure you only ordered one more?
Oh, no. I hope.
Don't do that.
Does it end at 11:59 and 59 seconds? How much time do we have?
Ooh, John, why don't you order another one and let us know?
I toyed with it
I'm
today.
good. Yeah.
I entertained the
I really did.
possibility, but I'm going to be responsible.
Yeah.
How many, Jason?
Same.
I just ordered the one.
Look at you.
Likewise. I got
Teach us the ways.
How many
Restraint.
did you get?
I have 4 kids, and
They probably each want a ghost.
that will
Yeah.
murder me in my sleep. That does a pretty good job.
Wait, how many did you get, Miko, then?
You get 3.
Okay.
Say it. Admit it.
You ordered 3 times, 3 each time.
Oh, we lost
Is he
audio.
on, is he on
Oh,
mute
oh,
or
oh.
something?
Okay, you're on mute.
I think we lost your audio. I thought you just didn't want to say it out loud. Your wife could hear.
Real quick, we just had 224 people on the stream. I'm shocked, man. You guys are awesome. And we appreciate all the thumbs ups. Thank you so much, everybody in the
Middle
audience.
age.
We really appreciate you guys.
21
cool.
411.
Can you hear me now?
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
21,420. That's relevant to Evan.
What's that supposed to mean?
Can we
It
get
might
80
actually get
backers
21
in 3
500.
minutes? Ooh. We shall see.
Oh man, my Command R. I've just been refreshing this page, doing it on my phone, doing it on the computer. You know,
We
walking
are
the dog, trying to get service so I can refresh the damn Ghost backer. I don't know what to do with my free time anymore.
what free time?
Yeah,
Can't afford that anymore.
talk about rank badges some more, I guess.
My favorite topic.
Yeah. Let's everybody get your last minute backings in. My God, we have 3 minutes left.
Well, now I'm feeling like a real
2
goof
minutes.
for back in 5. Sorry, guys.
Somebody out there is frantically trying to type in the last 3 digits on the back of his card, and he keeps messing it up. Get it right, dude. Come on, pull it together.
They're fighting
They're-
CAPTCHA.
Their mobile site is crap. It doesn't even save your payment information, right? It's like
Oh, I
Terrible.
Can't remember.
I don't know. I don't use it.
446.
It says 1 minute. That's weird.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Oh, man.
It's like a nerd New Year.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
232. Wow. You guys are awesome. Thanks. Thanks for attending,
Wow.
everybody.
Yeah, man.
You guys are so cool. This is fun.
Chips Mario, we got a long way till this is done, but
Sorry if you didn't hear me. I backed 3.5.
3.5.
That's cryptic.
oh yeah.
I backed a half one to share.
Oh, it went
You're
down.
gonna
a little
split
bit.
it apart.
Somebody canceled.
Like
They
you're
were
gonna
like,
Airbnb that?
I just wanted the wings.
Yeah.
I love wingies. Johnny want wingies. Johnny like wingies.
Uh-oh, went down.
Yeah, we lost some
Uh-oh.
backers. Somebody realized,
Oh.
oh, my wife's gonna kill me.
Oh no, the sabotage.
Oh my God, it's under
I,
7,000 now.
Yep.
I
remember-
canceled my original order and ordered a couple more on the Massachusetts tax-free weekend. I was like, maybe
Did that
this will work. Maybe it'll work. It said it didn't include the tax when I checked out. So we'll see what happens.
Indeed.
Is that it?
Man, oh man.
Or is it still seconds?
Because the screen should change to
Yep.
you can't order this
So
anymore.
it says
now, right?
funded. 21,452
Yeah.
is what I have.
So it
Just
bounced back up.
shy of 21,500.
Wow.
Well
Yeah.
done, everybody.
Everyone
Well done.
vote-
Thank you for
Bravo,
Go to
everybody.
your, go to your
Well
credit card
done.
app and check to see
Yeah.
the charge.
I don't know if the brand team's watching, but congratulations on a very successful campaign. If you are, we salute you.
Enjoy my month's income.
the ramen industry thanks you as well.
Mhm. There will be a payday.
4, 5, 8.
TVC 3-0.
Yep.
Yeah, somehow it went up. Yeah, I'll take it. Could be some last minute jumps from stores international. I don't know, but
You know,
pretty good. Pretty good.
Last time I watched one of these, I was watching the numbers go down for the entire end.
Oh gosh, was that depressing?
Yeah. The reason I knew it would still do fine is that even the Ranker got over 3,000 backers on the last day, but yeah, still didn't quite make it. The best one was the Jurassic one recently. That the gates that somehow I was refreshing. I didn't get it. I was like, I was one of these Johnny come latelys that was like, the whole thing might be worth it, but it's not worth it. You two Johnny come latelys here.
I
You backed it?
I backed
but
it
at the
right
end,
quick,
did you?
too.
I did. I did too. Sorry to say, but the for the Jurassic one at the very end, there was a glitch, and it got 1 million backers in the last minute. So it was like 1,001,000.
Oh my
And I was like,
gosh.
what in the hell?
And I mean that
Pokemon.
failed. Like, I mean, was that the worst
Yeah, that was just
crowdfunding
like
campaign ever? Right.
that was just embarrassing. Yeah.
So real quick, since I think it was Jing, the brand team, regardless, answered in the most
Still
recent
going
Q&A where you guys, so she explained that that some of the orders that are not ordered through Pulse are entered manually, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
this could continue to go up foreseeably for a few hundred. Who knows? I don't even know. But it could definitely still continue to climb.
Did you highlight Kevin Hughes's comment? I didn't see.
This one?
Yeah. I have good news and bad news. Good news, you're still married.
Yeah,
Bad
yeah.
news.
I'm not gonna look at my bank account for a while. The reality is setting in, guys. Let's soak in this for a minute.
I want to see if the
What have I
charge is
done?
pending yet. I'm curious.
It's not for me.
No?
Yeah, I got
He's
the-
already looking at it.
I got the Hasbro
don't
Pulse
wanna know.
payment successful email.
Already, wow.
For one of them anyway, but yeah.
Oh boy, kill me. I mean, yes. Oh
did.
man, 3 for 3. That feels good, man.
That number on the payment successful email just made me gag a little bit when I saw it.
Oh,
Yep, just got that myself. Oh,
Where's mine?
yeah, I'm
I'm
checking my
not-
email
Where's
right
my-
now.
Where's
Oh,
my
and
second
I
one,
got
huh?
charged for Cad Bane too at the same time. So that lessens the blow a little bit.
I'm in danger. Oh boy.
Oh,
Have you ever
man.
gone back? Because you forget you back these things. You go back through your history on Pulse and you see this huge number there. And you're like, I've been hacked. Oh, no, that's a HasLab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got my email.
Yeah, they've taken it out of the bank.
Oh, it's so good. It hurts so good. Oh, love it.
The time has come.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're all refreshing our email.
Yeah, sorry, it makes for a
Yep.
great stream. Now we're all just
And-
refreshing our email and our bank statements.
My credit card has been charged.
Hey.
Oh,
The wife will say, "What did you buy now?"
Nope, that's my charge.
Dawson.
Not to that card.
Dawson Davey, you get a sticker. Reach out to me after the show. Instagram, however, I'm not hard to find, I hope. So.
And the typo on that comment makes him my spirit animal, the HasLad.
Yes.
The HasLad. We're all a bunch of HasLads tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Howl Runner Base, you also get a sticker. Reach out to me on the socials.
Yes, Rob
Howl
Chewbacca says now
Runner
the next
had
thing we
a-
got to be.
A great picture for Tano Tuesday a couple weeks ago. What was it, last week or it might have been last week? No. 2 weeks ago, right? The first day we did it for our Tano Tuesday.
I don't know.
Anyway, it was a great shot. Great shot, man. In the world between worlds. Awesome picture.
Yes.
Here's my name.
Eric Lawson, you get a sticker. Reach out to me after the show.
Speaking of timing of
Amen.
campaigns, when is a good time? I feel like everyone complains about the timing of
Yeah.
these things. I mean,
The Razor Crest was too close to Christmas. The
right.
Yeah. We
Rancor
can all
was too
agree
soon.
Christmas time is definitely not the time.
Right.
That's for damn
Yeah.
sure.
Save those for Joe and Marvel.
Yeah.
Christmas time for this.
Merry Christmas to me.
Yeah.
Middle-aged Kiwi man. No, I'll send you one. I'll
It was
make
interesting.
Yeah.
I know we were
You'll
all
get
a
my
little-
final stamps. The last ones I can afford.
We were all a little nervous with it not having really shown up much in the Ahsoka show for the first 3 weeks, and then saying, did it need to show up at San Diego Comic-Con? But I think it helps seeing it in person and getting the coverage from people like you that went, and a lot of passers-by at Comic-Con that maybe they're more into some other fandom or collection or whatever, and then walking past and seeing it and going, oh my god, seeing it in person is more impressive than seeing it on a website or whatever. But
it is. Trust me, it is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Nice.
They've
Real quick.
learned a lot from their past few HasLabs where, they announce it and they have an actual physical sample on hand ready to show, not a 3D render, not a grayscale render, not,
Yes.
they came to play. And I think that was a big, and I think another benefit this time was just laying all the cards on the table right up front. It's like, these are the tiers, and here's your 40 odd days. And
and also the fact that they let people interact with the ship and the team at the Comic-Con. That made a huge difference for me. Like, because I remember when they showed the Reva's lightsaber, it was like a mess thing. But this time it was like the ship was there. They were opening it. I mean, all the panels and everything. It was just crazy. All the figures. It was great.
I touched Chopper. I was turning Chopper, and Eric was looking at me like, don't break him, man. Don't break him. I was like, I'm sorry. Can you turn him? Can you just turn him, please? Turn him.
I didn't think, because Evan and I were there when they revealed the Reva lightsaber last year, and that was the whole thing of we don't have any tiers, we don't have anything else to show you. Tough luck if you like it. If you don't, pound sand. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I remember I went up to them and I went and saw the lightsaber because I'm a lightsaber fan. It was like, okay, but there wasn't a big old crowd around it at any point. Most I saw was just a couple folks like, oh, what's that? Okay.
And I know the Ghost wasn't like the finished version at the show, obviously, but the Reva's lightsaber, it had like the battery pack was like outside of it. It had all these wires hanging out. The blades were sagging. It was just like, this is not.
Not ready for prime time.
Yeah, it was not ready to go yet. It would never, and it never was. But
so real quick, Suka in the comments commented 10.7 million into the Hasbro bank. So obviously that's not all just straight profit. There's a lot of production costs and all of that. But as far as comparing this to what the Razor Crest made, just apples to apples, total, what it brought in. What are we looking at here? Has anybody calculated that? Is that accurate?
I have no idea.
Math is for March, dude.
yeah,
That's fair.
I got the payment successful email for my order of 3. I did an order of 1, then 3, and then this final one. And
this is the most pressing thing to get worried about. I've gotten one for my one card and not one for the other card. Oh boy, now I get to worry about this all day.
Yeah.
I will say at the brand panel preview where we got our free brunch and our selfies that are not going to look anything like us. We haven't gotten those yet. When we get them in, Augustine and I are going to post them and have people rate how much they look like us. But anyways, the Star Wars booth at the brand panel was the busiest booth. I mean, by far.
Nice.
I want to say, Joe was a close second.
They had the HasLab there.
They have the hiss there, right? The hiss was there. It was cool. We got to interact with
and
that.
the dragonfly, right?
Did
No.
they have the dragonfly at the brand
it was
panel preview?
it was on the floor at Comic-Con,
Okay.
but not on the
Oh, okay, right.
Brand panel preview. Yeah.
But they did have the heat tank. It's amazing. It's great.
Yeah.
Nice.
$10,740,285.
Just wanted to highlight my cousin here. Yeah, you can. You're welcome.
All Tyler, yeah.
Tyler was banging that drum.
Tyler, yeah, that's for you.
Wait,
I
I saw
tried,
somebody ask-
man. I tried. I continued to see a lot of comments like, "Ooh, wish I had some notice about this." Like,
Well, and they announced it back in May the 4th, right? Or
Yeah,
at
it was
some
like a
point. There's
HasLab's
gonna be
coming.
Yeah,
It's coming,
there's a
so-
HasLab coming, so you know.
I know it
Yeah,
didn't
same.
really matter, but what are your guys' thoughts on never seeing any of the box or packaging?
We haven't for any of the HasLabs, right?
until like it's in
Ooh.
production,
Until it's
right?
Yeah, we didn't see
Oh,
the Razor
wow.
Crest until well after the campaign. And I don't think we saw
Yeah,
the
The
barge.
barge, I know there was Mark holding a blank box.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't
but
think.
was
Right.
that during the campaign or after the campaign?
Well, I think he held the box during the campaign to let us know what like the
Oh, how
size
big it was.
was. But I'm trying to remember, did they show any of the packaging art? I thought they did for the barge.
I don't know, but that for me is key. At least to know about the dimension of things. I know I reached out to Jason a couple of times asking about that, because you have to think about people from other countries that they need to buy things like this in the US and then ship it home. You need
Right.
to budget for that. And thing this big could be really expensive.
Yeah.
They used to
Yeah.
update their blog on Hasbro Pulse. That's what I was just looking at, and I don't see any. I can't remember, but I am glad. I know somebody brought up the gray model. I think Jason brought up the gray. I'm just so glad they didn't do the gray model this time. We skipped that whole nonsense.
What?
Yeah.
We're supposed to paint it ourselves?
Yeah.
real quick,
can
the
hear that.
backer number is now 21526.
Ooh.
So they're clearly still tallying numbers. Just wanted to throw it out there.
I don't know,
Tell me my
guys.
credit
I don't
card
think
already.
this thing's ever going to back from a cartoon.
Nobody
Steve,
wants
yeah.
nothing from a stupid cartoon.
Oh man.
Darn Disney Wars.
Okay,
Yeah, me
it was
too.
nice. Just waiting on it.
Stormy Cloud 21, reach out to me after the show. You can have a sticker.
It was also nice, not to keep ragging on the Rancor, but I thought it was funny that they talked about how many paint apps it had, which they've literally never talked about on any other item, like the hard number. So I had nothing to compare it to, and then they compared it to the size of the Razor Crest, which nobody had in hand yet. So I was like, well, I don't know how big the Razor Crest is, so that means I don't know how big the Rancor is by comparison. So I thought this time it was nice that they compared it to stuff they've already released that we already have, that a lot of us already have, the barge and the Falcon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's nice
Yeah,
that
great call.
they seem to be learning lessons throughout. Everyone's always going to have comments, and everybody's always going to want more. They can give 4 figures. They say it should have 6. They can give 6 figures. They say it should have 8. It should be, $100 less for twice the amount of stuff. And Patrick should come give me a kiss goodnight every night for a month after I buy this thing, but it's not going to happen, guys. So
Hey, Augustine, do we want more?
We always want more.
yeah,
You know that.
that is true. Yeah.
You know what I did miss this round? The awkward maternity photos in someone's kitchen. I would have loved a little stroller with the figures in them.
Yeah. We did get those figure photos really late, but it all helped the final push. I
Speaking
guess.
of, Hasbro Pulse's social media used the hashtag #GetTheGhost for the very first time 3 hours before it ended.
Wow.
So
I will say, Steve compared the barge and that campaign to people preparing for a baby
yeah,
and getting the room ready, or
That's
the
true.
section of your toy room ready. I thought that was brilliant.
why do you think I'm getting the flood damage fixed now so that I can spruce it up and make it pretty for when it arrives?
Nice. Glad to hear that.
You know,
Love it, yeah.
question. So I was thinking about it the other night with the figures, kind of how they package them. Now that there's 4 of them in there, they're going to have to maybe be a little creative how they do it. I was kind of wondering if it would be like an insert box within the box. I don't know. What you guys
They
like
didn't.
to see for
They
that?
didn't do it that way with the Sky Striker.
Okay.
There was
How did
no
they
box
How did they
do
do-
inside.
this?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember now when I opened mine.
Tuna, you know?
I can't remember,
I
but I
don't
remember a box inside a box. No.
I don't remember, but I do know that my cards, like the Cobra Commander, the card, whatever's on, stuck to it and it tore the paper on the Cobra Commander card.
Oh,
Ooh.
geez.
Unfortunately, I didn't care enough to contact Hasbro, so I don't have that one mint on card. But can we still make fun of the Rancor campaign for a little bit?
Always.
That's so. I
Always.
I actually respect the TBS fans for going full Peter Griffin negotiating with that one. We're not going to back unless you give us the Rancor Keeper. Okay, we'll give you the Rancor Keeper. No deal. That's some serious commitment to negotiating.
Yeah, Jason, you helped a lot with the no Ula no Mula.
Triangles of cards.
Oh yeah, I still get blamed for that whole thing failing.
How dare you, Jason? You-
All right.
oh man. Well,
We were this close.
Oh, what's up, Victoria? How you doing?
oh yeah, Victoria.
People keep coming in. Thanks, everybody, for
Yeah, really appreciate
Checking
you
it
guys.
I'm never going to be able to turn Victoria down for one of her cocktail hours again now because it starts at 11 o'clock at night my time.
Oh man. Well, hey, how are we all feeling as TVC collectors? Let's go around the room. Jason, let's start with you.
I feel pretty great. We're getting a lot of stuff. We're getting a lot of stuff that we've been asking for. You know, more play sets, more vehicles, more bigger vehicles, more new figures, all new figures. I mean, it's really tough to complain about anything other than, you know, high-priced exclusives and distribution issues and the occasional weird bubble ring of death kind of thing that we're kind of dealing with on occasion. Hopefully that gets rectified prior to the Ghost shipping. But no, it feels a lot like it used to in some regard, you know, where it's more new stuff and not a lot of repacks for the most part.
For sure. Augustine, how you feeling?
I'm feeling proud, I would say, about us as a community, what we achieved. I think it was a great campaign, and I'm excited for the Ghost and for what this means for the future of TVC. So
Absolutely.
I think great things are coming our way, hopefully.
And he wants more.
Yes.
And we always want more, yes.
Sorry.
Miko, you?
Yeah, same sentiments as both of them. And I just hope, I think one of the themes for this coming year is just kind of what Chris was talking about earlier in the stream about we're ponying up, we're doing our part, and let's get more out of this. Let's get more balance, as you guys have noted, right? More balance between the scales, and just get what, you know, we need for this line to be even more successful. So I hope that's just a focus for everybody. And yeah, I just want some stuff to ship, and I'll pay for it, and I want to play with it and touch it and hang out with it, especially that throne room. Hurry up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're less than a month away from Velkin, finally.
Yeah.
Velkin
Too.
and Tam and Tessic. Yeah.
Congrats again on that. Little pet project.
Congrats to everyone banging that drum for a decade plus. I mean,
My
my
skiff will finally be full.
Yeah.
Chris, how you feeling?
Well, like Augustine said, I'm proud of the community. Kicked butt again, 3 for 3. So I'm very proud of the community. I'm always going to be disappointed in the amount of new tooling we get. Until that changes, I'm never going to be happy on that front. And to be honest, I don't think the main line's a lot of fun anymore. We're not really completing any significant collections. We're not getting enough from, I personally would rather than have Morgan, Elsbeth, who are we getting? HK87 and a repacked Ahsoka, and that's it from Ahsoka. I'd rather not get them at all because I think it's torture. If I can't get Balin, and I can't get Shin, and I can't get Marek and all that stuff, and I don't think we're ever going to be in a position to get that. So a little bit, again, positive on the community, love the community, down on the brand a little bit in that respect.
Understandable. Tyler, how you feeling?
Well, just real quick to respond to Chris, I think it takes time to build a line, right? I mean, we've seen how much they've added to the Mandalorian over the years. It's been a lot. But as far as how I feel right now, if you've seen Bill Murray's What About Bob? I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel good. I feel great. No, I really do. I feel great. You all should be very, very proud, very satisfied, very happy, as should the Star Wars brand team. But I'll echo the sentiments of others in here and say that I hope that Hasbro knows that our expectation when we, put up the money like this and we show up and we put our money where our mouth is, the expectation is that they will reciprocate with increasing the budget, more new tooling, like, okay, we showed up for you, now you show up for us. So that expectation is there, so we expect to see the line grow, we expect to see more tooling, and I hope that is what happens. So, but today, we are happy today.
Today is a good day.
That would be a hell of a stretch goal. Instead of something, just one more newly tooled figure in the budget a year.
Yeah.
That's how they can do it.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Johnny Mustache, as I think I'm supposed to call you now.
Yes.
How about you?
Well, most importantly of all, speaking of the skiff, after seeing Return of the Jedi last week, I was reminded that we were robbed of the little parts that come down from the skiff and rescue R2-D2 and C-3PO out of the sand. So maybe for Return of the Jedi 50, we'll get a repack of that with those, whatever that is. I don't know how they get up back onto the skiff after they pull those things up. Anyway, that's a whole nother podcast topic. But and then speaking of watching stuff, having rewatched Mando season 2, heading into Ahsoka, just seeing all those episodes and seeing how actually well covered they are in TVC. Obviously, I still want Frog Lady. We still desperately need Cobb Vanth, things like that. But it's just like seeing all the main characters that, like, years ago when it was airing, I was like, we're never going to get these characters, and now we have, Bo-Katan's full team, things like that. It's just really nice to see, and I hope to keep that going. The variety in the line is something I'm really excited about right now. Newly, as I said last week, newly tooled original trilogy figures with Leia, newly tooled prequel figures with Dooku, retools with Jango and the clones and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's nice to finally see some of that stuff that we've all been asking for a long time. And most importantly for tonight, finally Rebels in the vintage collection. Finally the full team all in one go, even if you have to buy 2 of them separately, but they are all confirmed, which is nice to see as I see Bad Batch Season 2 coming to Black Series and Only Hunter in vintage collection. Anyway, we always want more, but for right now, I am very happy to finally have gotten the Ghost and the crew along with it. So, yeah.
You did it, Star Wars fans.
Oh, we did it.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Did
God.
it.
I can finally
Evan,
close my tab.
I was going to say, Evan, you have until October 2nd to cancel any of those extra.
I ain't playing games. Come at me, Hasbro.
Come at me.
Oh man. Well, hey, I know we're running a little.
How do you
bit
feel?
past
How do
this.
you feel, Evan?
Me?
Yeah.
Dude, I feel ecstatic. We're getting something that I honestly never thought we'd get. We're getting figures that, it feels like we've fought tooth and nail for a while, not as long as for like Velkin. But something that straddles the line of new media, or at least relevant media from the current era. That's awesome to me. And getting a complete team out of it. Heck yeah. And, 3 for 3 on HasLabs. And all we can do is keep trying to send these strong, clear messages to Hasbro that, you know, it's worth investing a little bit in this line. We're here. We show up for it. We want it. You know, we always want more, as you guys have been saying. Yeah, I think that this is a success that's great for everyone, not just the backers, but the non-backers. Anyone who collects this line, I think it has good positive implications up and down the
100%.
line. So
100%.
yeah. So you know, the first thing that, you know, John and Tyler, that we did as a team as SWTVC was the covering the Razor Crest HasLab. So it's fun to have that 3 years later to go through, and boy, I'd forgotten how fun it can be sometimes. Glad it's over.
People wonder how Ewan McGregor turns into Alec Guinness over 9 years, but maybe there was like 3 HasLabs in that time. Then it starts to make a lot more sense.
Yeah, the cost of the HasLab is far greater than the price they advertise. It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Most important post in the galaxy, right?
yeah. Anything else you guys want to chat about as we kind of wind down here? I know it's late.
I think you touched on it there a bit. I think just being vocal within the community makes a huge difference. Like with the March Madness polls, and you know, we gave them instant feedback on not liking that Sabine helmet, and they, you know, made a course correction on that. Granted, it's not going to be immediate, but they addressed it, they acknowledged it, and you know, they are clearly listening to feedback. So just not let up on it, I guess.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
The best thing to come out of that is obviously the 3 red panels in the back of R5D4, which I have actually been asking about for quite a long time. So finally to get those bad boys. I'm still looking for the clone troopers with the brow lines, but you know, one day I'll get
Yeah,
it.
we're hoping to get that Hildebrandt logo unobstructed
Yes,
on those Star
yes.
Wars cards
Just
too.
in that Photoshop
Little
file. Move it over just a little bit, guys. Please, it's something.
The little things.
that's-
It's sometimes the little things.
Yeah, they add up.
Cool. Well, let's go around. I guess let's wrap this up. So, guys, I'm going to ask all you guys this question. We'll start with Chris. You know, obviously, it goes without saying who you guys are. However, go ahead and just plug your site here and let us know where folks can find you if they're so inclined.
Banthaskull.com. Next.
There we go. All right. Miko.
I'll point over to how Augustine wrote it. SW, the Vintage Collection Facebook group. That's where you can find me.
Perfect. And
Yeah,
I
that's-
assume, Augustine, for you as well?
As well. Yeah.
Perfect.
That is
Jason?
the actual name now, in case we are.
Yes.
We got scared. Disney was gonna
You never
lead
know.
us.
Disney was cruising
At the-
Facebook for
At the beginning of the
groups.
stream, I did introduce it as SW, the Vintage Collection Facebook group. So one of these
Okay,
days
thank
during
you.
a Hasbro Q&A, they will get our
Both
thing
our
correct
names right.
when they say at SWTVC. The day they say at SWTVC is the day we can all retire.
Star Wars,
did.
TVC, Instagram. Yeah.
And then Jason, folks can find you pretty easily.
Yep, yakface.com, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Facebook.
Perfect. And then Tyler, my teammates, we know SWTVC gets the 3 of us, but how about you?
So my @ is down there. Yeah. Appreciate your follow. Thanks.
Perfect. And then John.
Yes, that's mine. I still got to get my Andor cards out 8 years after that show aired. I'm right on track with Hasbro.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know you're going to say, but thanks everybody for joining us. It's been great. And thanks for all the hard work you did for the past month and a half to keep up the morale with everybody. And thanks for everybody in the comments also for backing the Ghost and doing what you did and having fun along the way. It was
Yes.
a little nuts now and then, but it was always, you know, it was never not interesting. So thank you all.
And once again, thanks to everybody who attended. You guys are so awesome, and it was fun to do this together as a community.
Yes.
And
Yeah. Thanks for
Absolutely.
the invite.
good time.
Well, I'll leave us on this graphic then. And if you guys just want to hang back for a sec after we end this stream, and then we'll just sign off there. But for now, again, echoing John, thank you all of you here in the chat with us. Thank you guys here on screen. Appreciate you. It has been a pleasure to do this again with you guys. And here's to the next one. Hope I can have some sleep and some Xanax between now and then. So we'll see. So, all right. As always, keep 375. No, wait, nope. I'm going to stop. Everybody watching, subscribe to the at SWTVC on YouTube. Okay, there we go. The end. I need to sleep. Keep 375 alive. May the force be with you, and got the ghost. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Night, guys.